Well, hello everyone, and we are live. The final stage in Paris-Nice, the 80th stage, Nice to Nice. It's of course 115 kilometers long. Great to have some of you here. Of course, we await other people as we get closer, we think. But yeah, it's all still to play for really. Primoz Roglic and the leaders group in there, and bad news on the Bora Hansgrohe front. Of course, we knew that they didn't have a lot of their riders left, but it looks like Alexander Plazov might not be finishing today. So well, I almost said Russian. He is Russian. Um, it looks like he's not going to be solidifying that position in GC that he has. So, anyways, we have got quite a few kilometers left of this stage. We've got 59.4 kilometers. Of course, we have two categorized climbs coming up. We have the Col de Pelée, and of course, we also have the Col d'Air, which I was hoping to be at, but Velo Bleu, not a fan. But yeah, well, less now. Pierre Latour has abandoned apparently, so that's a big shame. He was 8th on GC at the beginning of the stage, so Pierre Latour looked like he was on for a podium position. Steven Kruijswijk is leading well, it's the peloton. There's no breakaway riders out in front, so behind, of course, they don't have any Mike Chernissen. They do still have Wout van Aert. Could they be setting up Wout van Aert for this finish? Who knows? He hasn't, of course, taken the victory before here in Col d'Air, but it should be interesting to see how this develops. But there's no breakaway out in front. They are coming towards Nice. I am sitting in Nice right now, but it's a very grim day, really. We were there at the beginning of the start, and yeah, just saw some of the riders, Wout van Aert and Pierre. Pierre Latour, no, but he was in the race. He's no longer in the race. But Primoz Roglic looking ready and loaded for this. He doesn't want any mishaps. He doesn't want any replicate of last year. But will we see anyone attack? Just to remind you of the GC, it is still fairly close. It's not like the GC has been well and truly decided here. We still have quite well. It isn't like he's winning by 5 minutes. Primoz Roglic only has 47 seconds down to Simon Yates. Danny Martinez has a 1 minute deficit. Adam Yates has a 1 minute and 50 deficit. Nairo Quintana in 5th place could potentially, well, any of these could really move up. Lazov doesn't look like he's in the race anymore, or Pierre Latour. So that's two riders that would be out. Or did he just? I think he might have had a crash. Pierre Latour. Sorry, I think I misread the graphics there. So Pierre Latour, I think, still is in the race, holding on to that 8th place and potentially even top 5 if you can do something here. But Joao Almeida, 10th place, wearing that white jersey. We'll wait and see if he can do anything here. 44 seconds of a deficit for Pierre Latour, I think, here. So Pierre Latour has a bit of chasing to go. He's only got one rider to help him, one Astana man on his wheel, but 44 seconds. How many seconds does he need to before he goes out of the top 10? He's got 2 minutes and 56 seconds down on Primoz Roglic, and he is 1 minute, no, not even. He is 32 seconds down on Joao Almeida in 10th. So that would mean he has, yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be remaining inside the top 10 by the end of the stage, because they're definitely not him and his, I don't know who the teammate is, are definitely not looking like they're dragging back this deficit to the Jumbo-Visma led peloton at the front. Steven Kruijswijk is pushing hard in the descent here, and we can just about make out Primoz Roglic, who is guarded by Wout van Aert, and I think that might be Rowan Dennis in front of Wout van Aert. So they're just showing their might here. They haven't even got Jonas Vingegaard in the team. So yeah, all still to play for in terms of the Tour de France. Great to have 14 of you here. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get over the 600 mark today. But 55.5 kilometers left now as they come down the, well, what is it? The third categorized climb of the day. 5 categorized climbs and 2 left here. At the beginning, yeah, you just saw how many teams how we're missing riders. Of course, Jumbo-Visma no longer got Mike Chernissen here anymore, the former stage winner at the Tour de France, and yellow jersey wearer, of course, as well, not just the Jumbo one. But yeah, I'm wearing the polka dot jersey. Of course, the rider wearing the polka dot jersey today is Valentin Madouas, and will he keep on to that polka dot jersey? That is probably a good question. He is so far, well, at the beginning of the stage, he was leading 44 points, and the second rider was Han van Hauke with 20 points. Actually, 2 Lotto Soudal riders in second and third. Of course, that means nothing in terms of jersey classifications. So, yeah, Steven Kruijswijk still the rider pushing on at the front here, former third place finisher at the Tour de France. And it's just such an amazing team that they've got here, to see what happens here. 43 seconds, that's the deficit that Pierre Latour now has to try and make up. So we'll have to wait and see if they can do that. It's staying about the same right now, but of course the riders at the front, Jumbo-Visma, they have the luxury of more riders, whereas Pierre Latour is kind of on the back foot here with only having 1 Domestique rider. Will the organizers just keep the pictures at the front and not look at Pierre Latour, and he might just get a tow by one of the team cars? We sometimes see that by the French or Italian organizers are more favorable. But here we go. Pierre Latour needs another bike change here, so it's not his day. Not his day, that's for sure. Another bike change. So things are going from bad to worse to the former virtual podium finisher that we had at the beginning of yesterday's stage. Of course, he's no longer there. And yeah, the fairy tale finish here for Total Energies is turning into a nightmare here on the final stage. Almost the same scenario as we saw with Primoz Roglic in some respects. Well, Primoz Roglic, that was more crashing, not mechanicals, but 53.1 kilometers, 46 seconds now, so we would probably expect that to increase a bit more. Pierre Latour is on his own. He hasn't got a teammate riding that beautiful Specialized SL7 tarmac, and yeah, it's all on his own. It's reminiscent of Primoz Roglic last year. It is a different character now, so great to have Ricky in the chat as well. If you're, yeah, make sure to let us know where you're watching from and who you think is going to win. I put the teams this time. 62% of you think it's going to be a Jumbo victory at the end of the day. Of course, they have already won with Wout van Aert, Primoz Roglic, and Christophe Laporte, almost not letting anyone else take a win here. Absolute supreme team dominant here for Jumbo. But yeah, Steven Kruijswijk still at the front. It looks like Rowan Dennis is ready to take it up soon. We're coming to the penultimate categorized climb of the Paris-Niza 2022. So yeah, if anyone wants to put pressure on Jumbo, it's now or never, or Col d'Ez as well. But it might just be like what we saw with Tirreno Adriatico. They're kind of subdued, or they've succumbed to the fate that the title is not going to be changing any hands. But the Côte de Pili, 6.6 kilometers, 6.8% average. And yeah, Primoz Roglic riding third wheel right now behind Wout van Aert in that green jersey. And of course, he's going to be wrapping up that green jersey by the time we get to the end here. Mads Pedersen, of course, is second in that competition. Don't think Mads Pedersen is going to do anything here. But Steven Kruijswijk really trying to light it up here. And yeah, I mean, what more can you say? Jumbo-Visma, they've conquered and ridden a perfect race. And I think the only thing you could have faulted them on is that they could have brought back Mathieu Bourgadeau. They could have beaten Mads Pedersen potentially with Wout van Aert. But other than that, yeah, there's not really anything you can fault them on. Yesterday, they were absolutely amazing. And Primoz Roglic lived up to it as well. So Steven Kruijswijk putting the pressure still at the front, the coat hanger as they call him in the Netherlands. Rowan Dennis, of course, had an absolutely formidable ride yesterday up the Col de Torini. Really kind of yeah, getting rid of a lot of the contenders. He was the one who put Pierre Latour into trouble, and consequently we had the attack from Simon Yates. Adam Yates even. And Simon Yates looks quite ready here to potentially putting a stinging attack. He's on the wheel of Primoz Roglic. These two have, of course, battled it out a few times in the Giro d'Italia. But anyways, behind 1 minute and 31 seconds is the deficit for Pierre Latour. So it's not going to be a top 10 for the former white jersey in the Tour de France here. So it's been, yeah, absolutely a nightmare day here in the rainy conditions of Nice. And Pierre Latour, unfortunately, is going to rue what could have been an amazing result for the Pro Continental team. But yeah, there's no one waiting up for him, unfortunately. So yeah, it's not going to be Pierre Latour's day, and it's not going to be Total Energies day. But of course, they were very happy still with that Mathieu Bourgadeau victory that they had. And Pierre Latour looks like he's just struggling here. He's doing his best Thibaut Pinot impression. It looks like a lot of these French riders always have this dramatic end to their GC campaigns. And today it's the turn of Pierre Latour. 5.4 kilometers is all that we've got left of this penultimate climb. We're getting towards the last 50 kilometers of this stage. And yeah, it's all still to play for in terms of the GC. Can we see any movers or shakers? It looks like 7th and 8th place are up for grabs. Joao Almeida could potentially see himself move up into 7th place, courtesy of the bad luck from Vlasov and Pierre Latour. But at the front, it looks like we have a white jersey leading them up now. I'm not quite sure who that is. But riders are going flying at the back here. And who is that rider at the front? We have to wait and see who that rider at the front end of the peloton. Mads Pedersen, unfortunately for any Danish fans, looks like he is struggling. So the Dane, of course, lives in, I think it's Næstved he lives in Denmark. The former world champion in 2019. Doesn't look like he's going to be challenging for a second, well, nearly, third stage victory here. But Arkea Samsic, they're losing men here as well. Arkea Samsic were trying to set up Nairo Quintana. I don't know why I stumbled on that word. Nairo Quintana, but Nairo couldn't quite get rid of Primoz Roglic. He fought valiantly, though, because he kept coming back despite getting dropped. But we'll see if Nairo can do anything here. Of course, the Col d'Huez will be, well, this final stage will be a good memory for Colombian fans with Sergio Henao. But anyways, big shock here. Rowan Dennis is out the back. Rowan Dennis. He's, of course, been a big help to Jumbo-Visma, as we said yesterday. But it is Omar Freire and Ineos Grenadiers taking up at the front. Freire, the Spanish champion, riding first wheel. Adam Yates on his wheel. Then we've got Danny Martinez, who looked like he could really match Primoz Roglic, and that was a big surprise. Who would have thought that? And on their wheel, it looks like we've got the diminutive Nairo man. Nairo, can he do something here? Of course, he would dearly love to take the victory. And we're almost at 10 likes, so if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. So, yeah, Bauke Mollema at the back here. So, this is not going to be a day for the Dutch or Trek Segafredo. But, yeah, Omar Freire and Ineos Grenadiers taking up duties here. And would you not just throw one of your cards up the road here? You've got Adam Yates and Danny Martinez. Just throw it up all in there. Really make Jumbo-Visma work. Sacrifice his chances. And you kind of saw that with Adam Yates yesterday. They were kind of, well, maybe using him as a pawn to soften up the rest of the GC riders, but it's really being strung out here courtesy of the efforts of Steven Kruijswijk, Rowan Dennis, and now Omar Freire, brought in to Ineos Grenadiers. Of course, this very strong Spanish rider. He's finished second in the Tour de Yorkshire before, taking a stage win in the Tour de France as well. So, but Joao Almeida is struggling. So the resurgence we saw from Joao Almeida yesterday doesn't look like it's gonna be the same thing here today, so it's gonna be a shame, a big shame here. Joao Almeida, he's gonna break the hearts of many Portuguese fans here, and yeah, not great to see. It looked like he was on foot to something yesterday, but of course, cast your minds back to Sistola. It's definitely not going to be. Um, have I got any snappy photos to show? Great to have you here, and yeah, I can try and get some photos off today on the Instagram, on the Instagram page for the channel. We have actually got I have actually got the pictures of just Wout van Aert coming past me. So make sure to check that out. 47.9 7 kilometers even, and I'll try and add something to the stream. So yeah, it's Ineos at the front, Nairo by himself, Wout van Aert in front of Primoz Roglic. So Wout van Aert deciding to be the last man for Jumbo-Visma to defend Primoz Roglic. UAE have a man in there, but they haven't gone back for Joao Almeida, and I think that is a bit of a lousy move by the teammate of Joao Almeida. You've got Joao Almeida sitting in top 10, could benefit of Pierre Latour going at the back, could benefit of Vlasov going at the back, and they've decided, I think it's Brendan McNulty, not to ride. And yeah, we're getting Omar Friele throwing up some really big grimaces there, and yeah, I'm just trying to respond to Anne. Anne said that I'll try and get some photos from today's start on the screen. Wout van Aert was very close to me again, but yeah, what are we saying here? Garrett to have you here, TBO as well, and yeah, the Spanish champion is really doing his money's worth here. Adam Yates looking cool, calm, collective. Nairo Quintana as well. Joao Almeida going out the back is going to benefit a few riders, but Brendan McNulty, I think it's him who stayed up here and not decided to go back with Joao. What is going on there? Are we seeing a bit of team politics here going on? But Joao Almeida, yeah, he's sitting inside the top 10. He looks like he was going to move up to 7th, 8th, 9th, even. And yeah, elected not to. But 3.3 kilometers left of this penultimate climb of Paris-Niza. This is going to be very, very interesting. Is this going to be... are we going to see some big changes in the GC as well? We all think it's going to be a day for Jumbo-Visma with Primoz Roglic. 18 seconds now is the gap down to Joao Almeida. So the white jersey at the front, Omar Friele, the Spanish champion, has put 18 seconds into the white jersey, who of course isn't the Spanish champion, but he is the Portuguese champion. And Dani Martinez is not content with second or third even. He wants to try and move up in the GC. Wout van Aert is going to try and cover this move. Dani Martinez, of course, didn't take the victory that he had, and Dani Martinez, Wout van Aert looks to cover this move. Wout van Aert, we said he can do everything, this man. He can time trial, he can climb, he can sprint, but Friele goes out the back. What a sterling effort from him to get rid of Joao Almeida. And yeah, really blown up this race completely. 48.6 kilometers. If you thought this was going to be a procession to the finish, Dani Martinez goes again. Dani Martinez goes again as Wout van Aert just turns on the afterburners here. Just controls that attack very nicely. And yeah, let's just get a screenshot of that, because that was some solid work there from Wout van Aert to cover this move. Is he going to put Primoz Roglic into the ride? The Yates brothers, one of them has gone out the back. The other one, Simon, is still in there. Nairo Quintana is up there as well. But Wout van Aert is looking to put the pressure on here. Guillaume Martin goes out the back. And yeah, everyone's going out the back apart from Wout van Aert and Roglic, Simon Yates, and Nairo Quintana. The two riders. Nairo is trying to do something here. And Primoz Roglic is on the wheel of Dani Martinez and Wout van Aert. What can this man not do is probably the big question here. Wout van Aert, just absolutely incredible. And I will get the image of Wout van Aert. But if Wout van Aert stays up here, you would have thought that he's going to take the victory. But we still have the Col d'Ez to juggle with. Adam Yates has gone out the back. The one and a half of the Yates twins is out the back, so not good for Yates. But yeah, let's just share the image of how close Wout van Aert was to my phone today. Wout van Aert very far from my phone right now, but Wout van Aert at the front, Dani Martinez second wheel, Primoz Roglic third wheel, 2.3 kilometers left now. That's all that separates these riders from the summit of the penultimate climb. So Wout van Aert, Dani Martinez, Primoz Roglic, Nairo Quintana, Simon Yates, that is your front five. And they are putting a lot of distance between themselves. And Brendan McNulty here, is he selfish? That is the big question. Has he gone against the best, well, the team, what the team would have wanted? I think so, to be honest. And let's just share some more snappy photos, as Anne said in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button on the screen. Let's try and finish the Paris-Niza with a bang, in a way. But there you have it. Primoz Roglic in your... Wout van Aert. But yeah, Wout van Aert. Let's try and see if I can get that image as well. Wout van Aert, just absolutely solid rider. He's just done... He's the perfect domestique, if you will. He's the perfect rider. Can time trial. Is there a stage he hasn't won? Okay, he hasn't really won a mountain stage. Well, you'll say Mont Ventoux, but I will say that was a breakaway. It wasn't like he was contesting with the best riders, but he still is a phenomenal talent. Multiple cyclocross world champion, of course, and multiple stage winner of the Tour de France. Winning the green jersey today, we definitely think. So that's going to be his second green jersey in a ASO organized World Tour stage race. Of course, he's won in the Dauphiné as well, but he hasn't taken the Tour de France one. Are they going to be the first team since 1996 to win both the green and the yellow in one tour? Who knows? But 1.5 kilometers to go now. 22 seconds even is the gap that these five front riders have moved up. 47.1 kilometers to go now. That's all that separates these riders from the finish in Nice. Simon Yates on the wheel of Nairo Quintana. Nairo Quintana will look to do something here. Dani Martinez wants to do something here. Let's hope they don't just maintain this all the way to the finish, because we want to see some fireworks. We want to see some action here, guys. So don't just sit up all the way to the finish. 42 people in the chat. Good to have you all here. Make sure to hit the like button. We're only on 12. Let's try and get it over 20. We have over 41 people here in the chat. So Wout van Aert moving up this glorious part of France. If you haven't been to Nice, I urge you to come to Nice. It's a beautiful part of the country. And don't worry, there will be plenty of videos on the main channel about Nice coming up in the next week. But Wout van Aert, he's putting the afterburners on here. He's had such a formidable Paris-Niza this year, almost winning stages on the first stage, on that stage where Mess Pillersen won, and in Orléans he couldn't quite beat one Fabio Jakobsen. But yeah, it's a interesting finish to the race, and 1 kilometer to the final climb, and of course then we'll get a descent before we come to the Col d'Ez, and then the Col d'Ez will take them in to Nice, and then they'll finish in Nice, where they probably started this morning. I think that's where they're going to finish. But they are getting ever closer to that finish. Brendan McNulty, I am not a fan anymore. Not working for his teammate, Joao Almeida. And let's just see what Brendan McNulty... There's going to be some tension in that bus later on. If Joao Almeida loses this jersey to his teammate, I can assure you he's not going to be on Joao's Christmas card list for 2022. But Joao Almeida not having a great day. Of course, he's not really a rider who does well in the bad weather, it seems. Heralding from Portugal. But we saw it in the Sestola stage. Is it just that he doesn't eat enough? And Brendan McNulty, he's sitting 18th in GC, so he's 8 minutes and 26 seconds down. What is he doing? Honestly, Brendan McNulty, what an selfish beep, not working for his teammate, Joao Almeida. He's already taken a stage victory in this Paris-Niza. Why can't he help Joao Almeida maintain that top 10? and the team, what have they done? Like, why haven't they gotten involved with this? Anyways, that's my Joao Almeida fanboy rant out of the way. But yeah, it's going to be a sad day for any Portuguese fans to see Joao Almeida, who of course has been struggling. He struggled at the first end of the tour. Great to have you here, Darwin. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice photos. Can I see? Nice photos. See what I did there? Yeah, Nice. That is never going to get old. But I'll try and get some other photos up as well from today's morning. 45.8 kilometers left now. They're getting very close to the top of the climb. Joao Almeida, unfortunately, has all the work to do by himself. Quite far down, unfortunately. And we're almost at 20 likes. So great work, guys. And remember, our record is 81 likes 3 days ago. 45.6 kilometers, 50 seconds. These 5 riders at the front have built up to that Yates group. Brendan McNulty finally starts sitting up, and yeah, what selfish behavior there from him. Not working with Joao, but you don't know if these guys aren't friends. They might not like each other. But for the best result for the team, it could have been a good idea. But I don't know if I can share a video on the stream, because then I could send you the start of the stage. But yeah, another photo coming up as well. But Wout van Aert still working like the workhorse he is. 4-1 Primoz Roglic at the front, and Primoz Roglic just sitting in neatly. Are they going to attack? No one else has a second rider, of course. So yeah, are we going to see Colombian cartel at the front? And potentially we could see Nairo Man and Danny Martinez work together. They've never been on the same team, but a lot of these Colombians, you would think they are friends. Such a good role models they are for Colombia, that's for sure. Danny Martinez, unfortunately, no longer the defending Col de Torini winner. That is Primoz Roglic, but fought valiantly to finish second, and yeah, good work by him to climb up in GC as well. But anyways, here we go. There's the picture from the start of the day that I took with my own phone. So ASO, you can't take it from me. Primoz Roglic lining up. Valentin Madouas, of course. Is he gonna keep on to that jersey? But Wout van Aert, what can he do? Looks like Wout van Aert's just putting in a pace here, and the other riders were just looking around. Primoz Roglic, the only one getting onto the wheel of his teammate. So yeah, that was a bit unusual. 44.3 kilometers still to go, and Wout van Aert, is he gonna win today's stage? If he makes it all the way to the finish? That is a big question. So we are gonna get a very elite team, well, a very elite selection of riders, but the Adam Yates group is over a minute down here, so they are going to fall way out. And of course, it is the top 4 at the front of the race right now. Primoz Roglic number 1. No, actually, that's not true, because Nairo, he's in 5th. So Adam Yates is going to lose his top 5 or top 4 position if this continues. But they've got an intermediate sprint. I think there's 3 seconds up for grabs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. If anyone knows, let me know. But less than 44 kilometers to go now, and the Col d'Aise is the last climb. I was hoping to be there, but Velo Bleu, that rental bike, absolutely tried to sign up with that app, and it didn't allow me and my girlfriend to get up, borrow them. So that was a bit frustrating, but nevertheless, I'm with all you good people, so it's not all bad. What are we saying here? Great to have you here, Steve Myers, as well. What is happening with Brendan McNulty? Basically, Brendan McNulty is in that second group, but decided not to drop back to his teammate Joao Almeida, sitting 10th and has that white jersey. So, well, we don't know now. He might have dropped back now to try and help him get his teammate back, but his teammate's 53 seconds down, so I think potentially Joao Almeida has gotten back to that second group. Danny Martinez is just banging his fingers there. I think The cold is just getting to him. Of course, it is a very cold day. It's raining. They're wet, and you don't want to get cold when you're going down a descent here. That's for sure. But at the situation on the road is Wout van Aert leading, while the green jersey leading the yellow jersey, and Nairo Quintana riding third wheel here, and then we have Danny Martinez and Simon Yates riding behind them. So, question, is there anything that links all these 5 riders other than being in this race? That is an open question to anyone. Come with your answers. Can you think of anything that links these 5 riders at the front? I can think of one. Actually, I can think of one. But yeah, 42.2 kilometers, 50 seconds now. So the second group on the road, they are starting to pull back time here. So the 5 riders at the front, they really might need to do some rotation here if they're going to help out Wout van Aert and maintain that gap. The people who would gain here is Nairo Quintana. He would move up into 4th place. Are we going to see a stinging attack from any of these Colombians or Simon Yates? I could see Simon Yates potentially attacking on Col d'Ez. But yeah, that remains to be seen. Col d'Ez, of course, coming up shortly. We still have the descent to go. We still have an intermediate sprint to go. And yeah, it looks like Wout van Aert is going to sweep up those intermediate points for that green jersey. And who would have thought that the green jersey would be sweeping up the points when they were organizing this route on the final stage coming into Nice. So it's all still to play for in terms of the stage victory today. And yeah, who is going to be the victor? That is the big question. But update on Joao Almeida. He is back in this group, but will he be able to survive the Col d'Ez? But good for any Portuguese fans. And we are on 22 likes. Let's try and get up to 30. We're 54 people in the chat, so we can definitely get to 30. We can definitely get to 30 with over 50 people here. So if you're there, enjoying watching this silly Dane talking in his polka dot jersey about the final stage of Paris-Niza, just hit the like button. And we can see Joao Almeida at the back end of the second group on the road. 49 seconds. They are coming close to under 40 kilometers to go now. So they're getting very close to the end of the stage, the end of the 80th edition of Paris-Niza. And what an edition it has been. And it was definitely well and truly, what can we say, ruled by one team in particular, Team Jumbo-Visma. They didn't want to replicate the disaster of last year, and that's why they made sure that Wout van Aert didn't go for Tirreno Adriatico this year. Of course, he finished second last year in that race, and more so has come to Paris-Niza to help out his team leader. And yeah, very interesting to say the least. What are we saying here, Tibio? Yes, they are all in the top 50. What's the top 50 UCI? Let me know what that was. But yeah, Wout van Aert, if you're thinking he might crawl up in the GC, yeah, he will. But he's currently sitting 49th, courtesy of his absolutely going backwards on the stage where he had the yellow jersey. And Omar Freire, 43rd number 43. Just goes out the back. Of course, he did a sterling effort to shake up the GC completely. And where's Pierre Latour? Pierre Latour is going to be the big loser on the day, falling outside the top 10. And the Total Energies rider, unfortunately, isn't going to be finishing inside the top 10. Wout van Aert up here. The yellow jersey, green jersey at the front of the race. And what an iconic image that is. Seeing these two great riders, multiple wins of Grand Tour stages, but it looks like Steven Kruijswijk has joined the second group on the road. So Steven Kruijswijk, the rider who helped out earlier, has just got back to the second group and is going to get a free ride all the way to Nice. And looks like we have 71 people in the chat, so keep the likes coming, guys. Keep voting in the poll. 43 of you have voted for Jumbo-Visma, and if any of you can think of a better poll, let me know now and we'll change the poll. It probably should be who takes the stage win, and say it a bit more as the riders. because we've got 5 riders at the front. YouTube, of course, allows us 4 choices, so we all know what those 4 choices are going to be. Who will win the stage? But it might not even be them. It might come all back together. They're still, well, it's still hovering around the 50 seconds to go here, so all still to play for. Can they get them back with Col d'Huez coming up? Col d'Huez, of course, not the most testing climb, but it is still a categorized 1 climb. But yeah, I'll prepare the next poll for everyone. So we're almost at 30 likes as well, so thanks to every single one of you who have voted already. And it looks like Joao Almeida is fairly comfortable in that second group. But we have got a new poll, so make sure to get involved in that. 37.9 kilometers, as we just see pictures of the beautiful city of Nice. And yeah, this is where we're going to see the 80th edition of Paris-Niza find their winner. Will it be a Slovenian? Have we actually had a Slovenian before? I don't actually think so. But it will be interesting if Primoz Roglic takes it, of course. Wout van Aert guiding them down this descent. Simon Yates could look to pounce here, of course, sitting second in GC. How much energy has Primoz Roglic got left here? It's coming ever closer to the finish. And 100% of you have voted for a Roglic Wout van Aert victory. We are almost at 100 people. Once again, remember our record was yesterday. 150 people on the chat. So yeah, if you haven't already, share it with your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Let's try and get over 100 again. But 36 kilometers is all that separates these riders from the finish now. And it will definitely be an interesting conclusion to this stage. Conclusion to the 80th edition of Paris-Niza. Such an impressive stage race. The second biggest stage race in France. The race to the sun, of course. Maximilian Schachmann wasn't going to take a hat trick of victories. He did, of course, win last year, courtesy of bad luck for the man, Primoz Roglic. He had the yellow jersey at this point in the race last year as well. But yeah, crashes and bad luck just took it from bad to worse for Primoz Roglic. But it looks like it has been job done today for the Slovenian rider, and Wout van Aert just, well, it still isn't over. Don't say it's over until the fat lady sings, whatever that means. Of course, an opera reference. But 53 seconds. It's increasing now, the gap to the second group on the road. And Wout van Aert, is he going to sit up? Oh, there's a bit of a gap between Dani Martinez now and Simon Yates. It is extra energy that's just being expended, guys. It's not great to let that go, but we are getting closer and closer to the Col d'Huez. Col d'Huez, so mythical with this race. It isn't a time trial, and that is a shame, but we are getting very, very close. Steve Myers is saying that Brendan Minotti is going to take this stage. Yeah, who knows? He is in that second group, 55 seconds down, 53 seconds down. Does he have any energy left? Of course, he's done supremely to take a victory already from that break. And Roglic, is he going to take the victory today? Who knows? Is he going to just put some pace on the Col d'Huez? That could potentially be a scenario here. There's not a lot of riders, not a lot of people on the side of the road here, and I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's not a great day out there in Nice. It's very wet, and that's probably why we saw Joao Almeida get caught out, the bad weather. But Wout van Aert here, just churning it at the front here on that beautiful Cervelo, and another beautiful Cervelo is on his wheel, Primoz Roglic. But Nairo Quintana's riding third wheel, and great to have another subscriber, Snail Jizz. Great to have you join us. But Simon Yates puts in an acceleration here for the intermediate sprints. They deny Wout van Aert the honors here, and Simon Yates takes them. I think there might be bonus seconds available here. So can he do anything? Has he taken three seconds? Oh, there are no seconds apparently according to Rob Hatch, so there's no seconds available. So that was a bit odd, very odd. But Danny Martinez followed that. Great to have you here as well, Christophe Michel. Yeah, keep it coming, guys. If you want to try and get us over the 600 mark, we are very close to 600 subscribers on the Cycling Dane Extra. But yeah, Simon Yates takes the top 3 points there. Danny Martinez 2 points, and Wout van Aert didn't take the points. Very odd that, considering that there were no points available. But 33.7 kilometers now. Jumbo-Visma, they go back into this rhythm, but the second group on the road, they pass the mark now, and it is Bahrain Victorious of all teams working here to try and close the gap. They have, of course, got Jack Haig up there in the GC. I think it actually is Jack Haig doing the work. No, it isn't Jack Haig, sorry. But they are working for Jack Haig. Steven Kruijswijk in here. Guillaume Martin is back in the bunch. And, of course, we have Ion Izagirre also for Cofidis in there. Ion Izagirre, last year's podium finisher, of course. Astana. Well, it looks like the whole podium is going to change completely from last year. So Wout van Aert at the front, Simon Yates second wheel right now. Danny Martinez and Nairo Quintana look like they're just a few bike lengths off the back here. So 1 minute and 7 seconds. It's increased a bit. And we keep it coming. Daniel, great to have you here. And we are very close, 3 subscribers away from hitting 600. And we're 92 viewers here. So great to have you all here with us today. And don't be a stranger. Say hi in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from and who you think is going to take the victory. According to our poll right now, all the faith is in the Jumbo camp. You think it's either going to be Primoz Roglic or Wout van Aert taking the top honors today. 10% of you think it's going to be Nairo Quintana, but ooh, problems here. Problems. Danny Martinez, it looks like he's going to have a flat here. So Danny Martinez is going to lose his podium spot here. That is heartbreak for Colombia. And Danny Martinez, this has to be a quick. He's only got the Shimano, but Shimano. Oh, this is not one you want to see. Danny Martinez. Oh, the Shimano guys are so slow. Oh, this is so bad. So bad. Danny Martinez. So the 9% of you who thinks Danny Martinez. Oh, this is so slow. Oh, Daniel Martinez. Unfortunately, a puncture. And this is going to absolutely destroy potentially his podium finish. And he's not going to take the yellow jersey here. It's not going to be a Colombian riding for Ineos/Sky winning today. Great to have Graham here as well. We're getting very close. Very, very close to 600 now. Over 100 people now in the chat. Let's get to 50 likes. We're on 41 likes. And hit the subscribe button. I implore you. We are so close to 600 subscribers here on the channel. Danny Martinez, this is disaster for the Colombian. 45 seconds now down on the front quartet, where of course he has got Nairo Quintana. This is absolutely shambles for Ineos Grenadiers. Christoph, watching from New York, great to have you here. Voted for Jumbo and is looking more likely for a Jumbo victory here, as now they have got a 50% chance of victory here. And yeah, will it be Wout van Aert? Will it be Primoz Roglic? And disaster here for Ineos Grenadiers and Danny Martinez. Colombian fans are broken, but Colombia, you still have got the chance of one. Nairo man, can he do something here? Of course, tasted victory before in Paris-Niza. Never actually worn a yellow jersey in his career in the Tour de France or Paris-Niza. But yeah, Primoz Roglic, could he take a second Paris-Niza stage victory here? We're over 123 people in the chat, so great to have you all here. We were gonna be on the Col d'Huez today, but yeah, unfortunately, a rental bike app decided not to play ball. But 29.2 kilometers. Instead, I am here in the very nice warm conditions, but the riders are having to endure the cold weather in Nice, the rain. But Danny Martinez, absolutely heartbreak for the Colombian here, and yeah, what can you say really? Not his day, not Colombia's day, or is it? Can Nidoman light this race up on the Col d'Ez? Nidoman, Arkea Samsic, the highest placed pro continental rider. Oh, and we've got another subscriber. Great to have you here, Jean. Great to see so many people joining the channel as well. Of course, this is our extra channel, our little community, and yeah, it's so great to see so many of you on this second channel and backing it up. So almost on 50 likes as well. Primoz Roglic just reluctantly saying no to a gel, I think. Danny Martinez, 28.3 kilometers for the front end group. Should he just sit up here? The Ineos Grenadiers car is thinking about giving him a magic spanner. But of course, the Kia Samsic car, and oh, here we go. Luis Carlos got us to 600. We have just got 600 subscribers. So thank you, you glorious people, for getting us to 600. It keeps coming. It keeps coming. Tom White here. And guys, keep it coming. Let's try and get to 100. No, 1,000 even. So great to have you here. Ondar is in the chat. Snail Chase is saying Frank Bonamar close. He has been going well. And do let us all know where you're watching from. And as Christoph said, don't forget to hit the like button. So we're over 100 people in the chat. Great to have you all here. We're on the concluding sectors of Paris-Niza, and I'll just try and get you the Instagram reel as well if you haven't seen it already. Early on today, of course, we were at the start of Paris-Niza, and it was just a bit of wet of affair, and yeah, unfortunately the riders had to endure all that. So I'll get you the reel as well if you want to check out those 5 seconds of Wout van Aert passing. But Wout van Aert absolutely playing is the man of the day, you would say, the rider of the day. And Luis Carlos Jimenez is from Costa Rica. So great to have you here. Of course, when we think Costa Rica, we think Andre Amador. Of course, he's not here in this race. He is in Tirreno Adriatico, such a solid, formidable rider. Great to have you here with us as well, She Fried. And yeah, keep it coming, guys. 53 seconds, 53 likes is all that is what we've got so far. So great, guys. We are still quite far away from our record of 81 likes on this extra channel, but 26 kilometers, 44 seconds is what Danny Martinez has. But the second group on the road, they still haven't been able to do anything here. We are getting ever closer to the Col d'Ez. So yeah, the link I've shared is the reel. So that is Wout van Aert. The footage from the start. But yeah, can I share videos on this? That is a good question. But yeah, it's getting very, very interesting here. Oh, I can as well. So let's get you the start of the stage. But it is all still to play for here. 25.3 kilometers still to go, and it is going to be a very, very exciting finish. And Danny Martinez has a lot of work to do here, trying to defend that podium position that he had after yesterday's victory. Second place, of course. And he would have loved to have solidified this podium position. Has he finished on the podium for Ineos Grenadiers? That's probably a good question to ask ourselves. I can't think of him finishing on the podium of a World Tour. Of course, he did solid for a solid ride for one Primoz Roglic. No, not Primoz Roglic. A different team. For Egan Bernal, and it looks like if you've been following his Instagram, that Egan Bernal is getting back into it. So Yeah, can we potentially see Egan Bernal at the Vuelta a España? I think that's going to be a big ask. I don't think we should not put too much pressure on his shoulders. Just let him recover. But the lead to the third group on the road, of course, Dani Martinez is currently second, is 55 seconds. So it's come down about 10 seconds. We still have the Col d'Ez to light everything up. So, yeah, that is going to be the exciting part. And, yeah, what can we say? What an interesting dynamic there still is. Simon Yates, even though he took the intermediate sprint, I still think he has got a lot of matches still to burn, as we just see the backdrop of Nice meeting the, or is it Ez? I'm not even sure if it's Nice that they're facing right now. The Col d'Ez, the last climb coming up of Paris-Nice, such a iconic climb. In terms of Paris-Nice, has, of course, they had that legendary climb, and it is all still to play for in terms of the stage victory. It doesn't look like Roglic is going to lose this GC this year. I think it's probably going to be wrapped up, so we're going to have 2 victories in terms of World Tour 1 week stage races for the nation of Slovenia, and those 2 superstars of the nation are just well and truly gobbling up all the victories they can everywhere from here to Italy. And yeah, what a performance from them. But I think I found out how to add media, so I'll attempt to do this midstream. Always, yeah, well, 47 seconds, so I think Dani Martinez should probably set up now, because the third group on the road, they have just caught him, or are about to make the catch. So for Dani Martinez to conserve energy here, I think he should just set up. Danny, it's not your day. You have to try and change it as well. I think it just disappeared there on me. But yeah, you've got it now. We've got it now for you people. But in the day, 21.8 kilometers now, and Nice. What will happen at the end of the stage? But here we go. There you go. Footage on a stream. Would you have thought it? No, me neither. There you go. There's the start of the riders at the beginning of the day, and yeah, and my finger as well, by the way. But nevertheless, Dani Martinez has been brought back here. The second group on the road, as they now are, 44 seconds. You hate to see it, that the riders lose out like this because of a mechanical. You want to see them lose out because they haven't got the legs anymore. But yeah, how is Roglic looking? Absolutely supreme. He could even be up for the stage victory, I think, today. But Wout van Aert is still at the front of the race. They are reducing the deficit. The second group now 38 seconds. So it might not be the front guys winning it here. 80% of you who have gotten involved in the poll, 74% of you have voted for Primoz Roglic or Wout van Aert taking the victory. But it's not all over yet. And it looks like the riders at the front. Oh, Omar Friele is back at the front here. He's working for Dani Martinez now. Dani Martinez is the rider that he is going to be working for. So this is going to be very exciting to see what will happen here at the back end of this stage. Will it be Dani Martinez? Will he be able to get back in contention? That remains to be seen. Potentially not potentially is Wout van Aert today. Nido man, is he going to attack here? Nido, is he going to attack? Are we going to see Nido man attacking? Maybe 5.6 kilometers is all they have left now of Col d'Ez. So it's now or never, Nido man. If you want to attack, if you want to try and get a yellow jersey, it's time to attack now. Nairo is the one benefiting. He could potentially crawl up on the podium. So Nairo needs to do something. He needs to stop being so passive all the time and really put the burners on here. Try and do something. He has a very unique position here. He could get his podium. And yeah, oh, Nairo, I would be screaming down the radio for him now. Because he's behind Adam Yates. He's behind Danny Martinez. He's 50 seconds down. No, he's 1 minute and 4 seconds down on Danny Martinez. So he really needs to start working here if he's going to benefit out of this bad luck from Danny Martinez. And I think Danny Martinez might not give him any Christmas cards if he takes the podium off his countrymen. But he could also move up one step on Adam Yates. And I mean, a podium spot for Arkea Samsic would be a big deal for them, the Pro Continental team. He would be in L'Equipe and everything tomorrow or today even. Tomorrow, definitely. But Wout van Aert looks like he is starting to tire a bit. He's grimacing at the back end of this group. 5 kilometers is all that separates them now from the top of the Col d'Ez. Nairo Quintana is starting to just increase the pace here. Can he get rid of Wout van Aert, the green jersey? And if it comes down to Nairo Quintana, Simon Yates, and Primoz Roglic, I think we might be turning our heads towards Roglic and Gorka. Gorka Izagirre, not Ion Izagirre, is going at the back now. So we're definitely not going to see a Izagirre brother taking the victory today. Wout van Aert, he's still here, so the little increase of pace didn't get rid of him. So Brendan McNulty is going at the back here. Joao Almeida is struggling at the back as well. So it's not a great day for Joao Almeida and UAE. We did say Joao Almeida was struggling before, so yeah, it's not good to see for any Joao Almeida fans. It just looks like it's not his day, to say the least. But yeah, Wout van Aert at the front, still getting back there, working. Nairo Man, is he going to light it up here? He has to go deep. Has he got any energy left? That's for sure. This wet weather might have sapped a lot of the riders. Nairo Quintana, Simon Yates, they are getting up the front. Joao Almeida, no, not Joao. Wout van Aert is just losing touch to the front 3 riders here. Simon Yates, of course, sitting second on the podium here in Paris-Nice. And yeah, it looks like the man from Barry, the one half out of the twins of the Yates, is going to maintain that podium spot here. But it looks like Danny Martinez might have also just maintained that podium here. And yeah, the pace being put on by Ineos Grenadiers is starting to wreck the second group on the road. So yeah, it's very, very interesting scenes, to say the least. But Simon Yates is on the wheel of Nairo. Nairo knows he needs to pull something out of the bag here if he's going to get some... Well, if he's going to unseat Danny Martinez from that podium spot that he currently has here. We're over 126 people in the chat, so if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button. We are 17 likes away from our record of 81 likes. Simon Yates knows he's not going to outsprint Primoz Roglic or Wout van Aert, so he needs to move here. He's got 3.9 kilometers left. Has Roglic got anything left in the tank here? Simon Yates, can he win Paris-Nice here? Can he deny Primoz Roglic another Paris-Nice title? And yeah, this is not good. Roglic is not moving. He's not catching on here. So this is getting fascinating. Anyways, in the second group on the road, or the big chasing group on the road, we've got another Yates, Adam Yates, doing the work here for his leader, Danny Martinez. And Simon Yates is just... We said you can never count out Simon Yates here. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if Simon can take the victory. Simon is at the front. And Bike Exchange Jayco, of course, one of the teams who's not taken a victory today, this Paris-Nice, is looking very interesting to see if he can do anything. Can he take the overall? Can he take everything? Overall victory. We've seen dramatic finishes to Paris-Nice before. Last year, when Sergio Henao won as well, when Geraint Thomas won, And Simon Yates, it does look solid riding here by the Englishman. It is going to be very interesting to see if he can maintain that. But what is Roglic doing? They've got 13 seconds now between him and Simon Yates. Niederman trying to just eke out as much of an advantage as he can on Ineos Grenadiers. 70 of you have liked it already. We're 11 likes. That's all that separates us from a all-time record here on the Cycling Dane Extra channel. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Let's try and get ever closer to 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. Let's try and get it before the Giro. But Wout van Aert fights his way back up to this second duo on the road. Can he do anything to reduce this deficit now for Roglic? Danny Martinez here. He is working now. He's the sole rider for Ineos Grenadiers. Brendan Minotti up here, deciding not to drop back to Joao Almeida again. So Joao Almeida left for himself to fend off any attacks, the deficit here. We're 10 likes. That's all that separates us from 81. But Simon Yates pushing it at the front here. 3.3 kilometers. He does all he can, and we get another subscribe here. Joao. We have one Joao in this race, and another Joao joins the Cycling Dane Extra community. So welcome aboard, sir. But Primoz Roglic, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Simon Yates pushing it on at the front. 20 seconds now. So he's half the deficit that he has to Primoz Roglic almost. And 3.1 kilometers. Has Primoz Roglic just not got anything left? Is it going to be deja vu for the Slovenian superstar? And it is going to be interesting to see if Simon Yates can take a famous victory. Can we see another Brit win here? Are we going to see Roglic get denied once again? But still maintaining it around 21 seconds here. So yeah, Roglic, has he not got anything left in the tank here? Wout van Aert is putting on the pressure here with Nairo Quintana on the wheel of Roglic. But yeah, it's not great scenes for any Jumbo-Visma or Roglic fans. And do let me know who you think's going to win here. It's 18 seconds still to 18 kilometers still to go here. So it's all still to play for. All still to play for in terms of apparently the GC and also the stage victory. So currently 5% of you have put your faith in Simon Yates' corner. And it looks like we're getting more subscribers here. Jack, great to have you here. Jack Raisin. And Danny Martinez has distanced a lot of the riders here. But one rider who's lifted his level, Guillaume Martin. Great to have you here, Justin, as well. So thick and fast, the subscribers are coming here. So make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's great to see so many of you backing up this extra channel. Of course, we have the main channel as well. And 135 I saw there in the chat. 75 likes now. Wout van Aert distancing Roglic. So Roglic might not be liking this. He might be just seeing the devastation caused. And it could be heartbreak here for Primoz Roglic. Great to have I2000188888 subscribing as well. So keep it coming, guys. We're 6 away from our all-time liking record on the Cycling Dane Extra. Of course, we're getting nowhere near the Cycling Dane liking record because you guys got it up to about 1,000 likes, I think, for the Olympics. But Wout van Aert pushing on the pressure here. 23 seconds now, 24 seconds. So they will need to kind of manage this deficit. What is the GC deficit? It's 47 seconds. So 25 seconds is what Simon Yates will have to try and make up in the next 17.5 kilometers. It's a big ask here. I don't think he's going to do it, but Roglic is doing his best here to manage this situation. 22 seconds is the deficit. 21 seconds now is all he's got left as a buffer. 20 seconds. It's going down here, all the way down for Roglic. And we can see there, Wout van Aert, Roglic, has he just not got anything left in the tank? 127 of you here, and that's a lot more than what we've got left of riders in the race. we've currently only got 93 riders, it seems, 95 riders left in the race. So there are more viewers on the stream than there are riders in the channel, on the race. Brendan McNulty is in that third chasing group on the road, so choosing not to stay back for Joao Almeida. So any Joao Almeida fans might not be happy with what we're seeing from Brendan McNulty. So yeah, Joao Almeida, we hope he sticks inside the top 10 GC and maintains that white jersey. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Wout van Aert has managed to reduce the effort down here, or the deficit down to about 19-20 seconds. So it's going to be a tight one, this. 24 seconds, 25 seconds between the GC. Nairo Quintana has been dropped. Nairo is going backwards. Nairo, man, this isn't going to be a popular viewing for any Colombian fans. But now we have got Wout van Aert and Primoz Roglic disappearing up the road, and Nairo, man, is going out the back. So the podium finish is not going to be Nairo's day. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day for the Colombians. They're well and truly losing everything. And of course, regulars of you will know that I have got a Colombian girlfriend, so she's going to be crying over this situation. 1.5 kilometers to go now. And Wout van Aert, yeah, look at this. Wout van Aert has outclimbed Nairo Quintana. That just shows what a strong climber Wout van Aert actually is. 16.7 kilometers to go. We have nearly 150 people in the chat. 149 people in the chat. So it looks like we are going to beat our total here. So make sure to share it with everyone. Your goat, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your everything, your wife, your husband. About 1.2 kilometers to go now. That's all that separates Simon Yates from the top of the Col d'Ez, as he will make his way down to Nice. And this is going to be a famous victory for Simon Yates if he takes it. Simon Yates and Paris-Nice. Can you think of any result? I think he might have taken a stage victory in Paris-Nice. But we'll have to wait. Well, we'll have to wait until I've just double-checked that. But Simon Yates, such a formidable talent, of course, choosing not to leave Bike Exchange Jayco. His brother did leave. And where is he now? He's behind his brother. But yeah, Simon Yates, of course, stuck with the same team. He has finished second overall in 2018 in Paris-Nice. If we cast our mind back to that, that was the year that Marc Soler took the overall. But 870 meters is all that separates him now. He's also taken stage 6 back in 2017, so he's well versed in taking stage victories in Paris-Nice. Also took a time trial back in 2019. So yeah, of course he took the overall in Tirreno Adriatico in 2020, choosing not to go to Paris-Nice that year, and didn't do it in 2015, as I can see, but he did win the Tour of the Alps. He placed 5th overall in Vuelta Andalusia this year. But yeah, Simon Yates comes under the 500 meters to go to the top of the Col d'Ez, and this will be very interesting. 15.8 kilometers to go for the man from Berry, and this could be a famous victory for him, as we just touched over 164 viewers in the stream. So keep it coming, guys. 80 likes. Who will be the record equaling like here from you guys? 171 people watching in the stream. What is the situation? Wait, let's try and get my bearings there. What is the situation up front? It is Simon Yates. He did attack on the Col d'Ez. It looks like Roglic had it all wrapped up, but 23 seconds, 24 seconds deficit, and he will have to do the descent of his life if he's gonna make up the 22 or 21 seconds of a deficit here. Less than 200 meters to go to the top end of the climb. He will get it, and Anaka is saying he nervous, and yeah, I'm nervous as well. If you are a Roglic fan, you will be very nervous, but if you're a Yates fan, you will be nervous as well. Could you see Simon Yates? And I can say, guys, you have blitzed the record. 186 likes here. 14 likes away from 100. Let's try the final stream here on the channel about the 80th edition on Paris-Niza. 14 people is all we need to get 100 likes. Can we get that? Or can we even get as many kilometers as we've got on the stage? 115. But nevertheless, 15.2 kilometers now. 26 seconds. Wout van Aert is guiding up Primoz Roglic. Primoz Roglic and Wout van Aert, this supreme duo. Can they do it here? We've seen duos in the past. Remember Chris Froome, Bradley Wiggins, much in the same way in a different ASO race, of course. 9 likes away from 100. So 9 of you, you're sitting there enjoying your coffee, enjoying this silly dame dressed up in the polka dot jersey. And that polka dot jersey is going to be coming up in the main channel next week. So look out for that, guys. 14.9 kilometers. 14.8 kilometers is all that's still to go. And 21 seconds is the deficit now for Primoz Roglic. 1 minute and 25 seconds now for, we think, Nairo Quintana. So he's gone absolutely backwards, Nairo, man. And it will be interesting, that's for sure. Great to have so many of our regulars regulars from the main channel and the Cycling Dane Extra channel now, because this community is starting to build up. 4 likes away from 100. 100 likes. This would be a new breaking record on the Cycling Dane. Every like, every person who hits a like is breaking a new record for us. But Danny Martinez caught out by that puncture. And what could Daniel Martinez, could he have been in the mix here? Could he have gone up the road with Simon Yates? But Guillaume Martin is in here. Guillaume Martin would dearly love to move up in the GC as well. Of course, he's been one of the riders who's had bad luck as well. Currently sitting in, where is he sitting? He sat in 12th position overall. Of course, we know Joao Almeida is at the back. Ion Izagirre is at the back as well. Pierre Latour, Vlasov. So we could see Guillaume Martin move inside the top 10 of Paris-Niza and would be the highest placed French rider. And that is, of course, an accolade. All French riders love to have best placed French rider, if not the best rider in the race. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. Get involved in the chat. Of course, we'll have a lot more streams on the channel. The Vuelta at Catalonia is going to come up in this channel. The Tour of the Basque Country, the Criterium du Dauphiné, and yeah, all these races are going to be coming up in the Cycling Dane Extra. And potentially we are going to have, we'll have Milan San Remo on the main channel next week. Look for the preview coming up on Tuesday. So there's a lot still to see on the channel, a lot still to come up, and of course we still do have, what am I trying to say? We still do have, what am I trying to say? We still have a lot of interesting content coming up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Twitter. Oh, there we go. You heard my call, guys, and you answered. 103 people have liked the stream right now, so great to have you here. Adolfo, great to have you here from San Antonio. Great to have Eric Brown, of course, one of our regulars, back here as well. Such a good stage. Glad you're here as well. I can just echo that sentiment as well. 12.2, 20.8 kilometers, and it's getting very spicy now. 19, 20 seconds. It looks like Simon Yates is not going to overturn the deficit he has to Primoz Roglic as he's coming down the other side of the Col d'Ez into Nice. And 22 seconds now, 21 seconds on this very wet day. We could see a crash on the final descent. We have, of course, seen crazier times, and that could potentially catch Roglic out, but I don't think it. 12.14 kilometers is all that separates us from the finish. 180 people in the chat. So if you haven't already, share it with your mum, dad, your cat, your horse, your donkey, your goat, whoever. And it's going to be an interesting finish. It looks like Yates is going to take yet another Paris-Niza victory. And this is going to be interesting. We are well and truly surpassed the 100 likes here. 110 likes from you, beautiful people. And I have to thank every single one of you who has been in the streams this week, just supporting the Cycling Dane Extra. And yeah, we are over 600 likes, subscribers. So getting ever closer to 1,000 subscribers. So of course we've got a video today as well. Matteo Trentin's bike, saw him 2 days ago. Managed to get that bike up and running in terms of what's happening. But 184 viewers, so great to have you all here. Primoz Roglic getting guided down by Wout van Aert, and Wout van Aert is going to be such a crucial component in the July preparations. And yeah, when we look, Primoz Roglic, Tadej Pogačar looks so solid in Tirreno, looking like just can't be touched right now. 10.9 kilometers, getting inside the last 10 kilometers now. Simon Yates, ooh, he's extended it out to 27 seconds now. It's about 500 meters of a deficit between the two of them. So it's going to be interesting. Odare going for a Roglic victory. The proportion of you guys voting for Simon Yates has gone out here in the stream. It is now 12% instead of only 5%. So a lot more love has been thrown towards Simon Yates now. So yeah, we were talking about getting media on the screen. Let's try and get another media on the stream. But it is all still to play for here. All still to play for. But yeah, it's the culmination of the 80th edition of Paris-Niza. Wout van Aert, the yellow and green jersey, hunting the number 2 in GC right now. What more can you ask for? Throwing down the gauntlet here. And yeah, I'm just showing pictures there and a little advert for you all of the video that's on the stream or on the channel right now. And that is of course flipped it the wrong way. Matteo Trentin, of course, was part of this race, no longer. And yeah, we have got an exciting finish here. Simon Yates increasing it to it's being reduced now, 21 seconds. 9.1 kilometers to go now, so he's running out of road here, not quite being able to get rid of the Jumbo-Visma duo of Wout van Aert and Primoz Roglic. 185 of you here watching, so great to have you all here. It's gonna be interesting to see if Simon Yates will hold on for the victory even. Who knows, he could potentially get caught here. It's 19 seconds. Roglic might just try to get Wout van Aert and then basically do this as a kind of a thank you for the work you've done for me, Wout van Aert, over the last week. And of course he's going to be doing that in July as well. So you wouldn't put it past Roglic and Wout van Aert catching Simon Yates here. 17 seconds. It's coming down 1 second at a time. Nairo Quintana unfortunately looks like he's not going to be able to take advantage here on the day. So yeah, Nairo man, it's unfortunate for him that he couldn't capitalize on Dani Martinez, but Dani Martinez looks like he might drop Nairo Quintana here on the descent. 8 kilometers is all that separates these riders from the finish in Nice. So yeah, 190 people in the chat. Great to see you all. Of course, we are very close, or getting closer to our 1,000 subscriber target. So if you haven't already, if you haven't joined that goal, make sure to do so. And yeah, it's so exciting, this culmination of Paris-Niza. Just such a formidable end to this race. And yeah, I'll just share the early pictures of this morning because we can. And yeah, it was such an exciting, it's been such an exciting edition that's been dominated by Jumbo-Visma, but today it looks like they're not going to have it all their way in terms of the stage victory. Or are they? 15 seconds separates Wout van Aert and Primoz Roglic here. It could all still be in favor of one Wout van Aert. So yeah, would you like to see Wout van Aert take the victory? I would personally like to see Simon Yates continue this run of this string of victories that he's had already in Paris-Niza. So yeah, 14 seconds, 6.6 kilometers to go now. So it might not be a Simon Yates victory. So, everyone who gave their faith to Simon Yates, oh, it's getting close here. It's getting very close. Wait, his bike was stolen to have his leave the race. What are we saying? Hey guys, had an early call out. Couldn't make it earlier. Great for you to join though, Mark. Great to have you here. Great to have you here as well. Some mentor. Great to have so many familiar names from the Cycling Dane main channel here on the Cycling Dane Extra. But 11 seconds now. It's getting very tight now. It looked like we were going to have a swing to Simon Yates, take the overall, take out seconds of Primoz Roglic. But now the dynamic duo of the Jumbo combination of Wout van Aert and Primoz Roglic looks like they might just catch it. The tandem, this lethal tandem, they are going to do their best to try and get all the way to the finish. Yeah, Wout van Aert is certainly a machine, as Ondar says there in the comments. And this is probably one of the best tandems you would want in world cycling. 194 people watching. Great to have you all here. Let us know where you're watching from. We've got people from Czech Republic, Costa Rica with us. We've got people from the UK. We've got people from the USA, from Austria. It's all over the place in terms of the chat. So such a diverse little community we've got here on the Cycling Dane Extra. So make sure to get involved in the chat. 6 seconds. They can almost smell Simon Yates down the road. 7 seconds now. It's going to be a big ask for Simon Yates to hold on here. Simon Yates will have to somehow bring back the what shall we say, what shall we say, the spirit of the time trial in the first intermediate tech, where he took the fast time. None of these riders can challenge in on the first intermediate time check in the time trial, but it looks like it's gonna be, this is gonna be heartbreaking for Simon Yates if he gets caught by that dynamic Jumbo-Visma duo. They can see him now. They could almost taste the bike exchange rider, and 8-9 seconds is gonna be a big ask here. But the third group on the road with Nairo Quintana, with Danny Martinez, they're 1 minute and 39 seconds down on these riders. So, this is not going to be great. It's not going to be the day for, Simon Yates, unfortunately, it looks like, or Danny Martinez, or Nairo Quintana. But, Sven from Denmark. Great to have another Dane in the chat. Of course, it's not a Danish really day today because we haven't got Mads Pedersen up there. We haven't got Jonas Vingegaard in this race, so Jakobs Fuglsang isn't here. But 3.3 kilometers, 7 seconds now. These are going to be some of the most touchy 3.3 kilometers in this race. Are they going to be able to keep, is he going to be able to keep the dynamic duo of Bay here? It's such a tense finish here. 10 seconds. 10 seconds here. Primoz Roglic would love to repay Wout van Aert. Get him another stage victory. He's already taken the time trial stage victory. Can he get a road stage victory? Denied by the emphatic Wout van Aert. Was denied by the megastar, the superstar that is Mads Pedersen. The former world champion, who, of course, everyone knows he needs no introduction, the 2019 world champion, but he's not here at the front. It looks like Roglic coming into the final stage here. The public of Nice have come out to meet the riders. 10 seconds is all that's remaining for these for Simon Yates. 2 kilometers. Santa, for some reason, just waves to the camera. But Simon Yates, don't look back. Don't look back, Simon Yates. You need to just put all the energy, that bit of energy turning your head, could be the energy that saves you from Wout van Aert. It's going to be interesting. How much of a sprint has Wout van Aert got left? 198 people in the chat. We were saying that our record was 150 viewers, but it is an enormous amount of people. And you kind people, it just made my day a lot better than it was this morning when, unfortunately, Velo Bleu, the rent company, decided that my girlfriend and I were not allowed to rent a bike because the app is absolutely shoddy. But that aside, Simon Yates, he's got, what has he got? Maybe 400 meters of an advantage to Wout van Aert and Primoz Roglic. History is unfolding in front of our very eyes. 1.2 kilometers now. The organizers have taken away the screen or the signal here. They're coming up to the Playa de Angles, I think it's called. 150 meters is all that have, but of course we know it. 211 people in the chat. Thank you, every single one of you. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit the subscribe button. Like, Simon Yates is getting up to this. The very, very interesting end of this stage. Can he hang on? Of course, many of you will be hoping to see the underdog Simon Yates in this scenario hang on, but it looks like it is going to be a Primoz Roglic Jumbo-Visma victory. Wout van Aert, of course, has got that phenomenal sprint. We know that Primoz Roglic will lead him out, and it could be heartbreak. It could be heartbreak for Bike Exchange, England, Simon Yates, the Yates brothers. But Wout van Aert, has he got a sprint left? My former Italian coach used to say that sprinters, doesn't matter what it is, they always have a sprint left. But has he got enough of a sprint to close this gap, Wout van Aert? It looks like the victory might just be out of reach here. Simon Yates is realizing it is victory. Simon Yates takes another victory. A successful victory. We're just seeing how many people there are at the finish of the race. Wout van Aert is taking second spot here. It's a 1-3. No, it's a 2-3 here today for Jumbo-Visma, and they won't be sad about that. That's for sure. Build the fourth. Great to have you here. Another subscriber. Thanks every single one of you who've subscribed today. The day isn't finished, of course. Of course, we have got the chasing group on the road. Primoz Roglic, Wout van Aert. Of course, Wout van Aert was spotted by yours truly this morning. Make sure to check out the Instagram page. We're very close to 2,000 on that occasion. And yeah, it's so great to have so many of you here. 229 people in the chat. Don't worry, we'll dissect the stage before we go away. And yeah, we'll see the other riders coming up, what they will do here. Do you think they might gift it? No, they haven't gifted it, but yeah, it could have been a thing. Bill the fourth is from Milwaukee. I think that is where they have a really good basketball team with the Greek big guy they're all big in NBA, but Ginas Ananoka something Greek. But yeah, did Yates win? He certainly did. He hung on there. What are we saying? Matthias van der Poel. But here we are. The chasing group are coming up. It looks like Wout van Aert may take the sprint here. And Stefan Kung was up here. Is Joao Almeida in here? Joao Almeida is not here. And his teammate, Brendan McNulty, is going to take the sprint for the minor positions. And was that worth anything, dude? What are you doing? Your team leader is down the road. If Joao Almeida loses the top 10 position because of this, this is such a stupid move by one Brendan McNulty. But 125 likes in the chat. Thank you, every single one of you. What amazing set of group of people. Of course, we are united by our fan, or whatever you want to say, a fandom of pro cycling. Of course, we will be back, or I will be back, commentating on more stages. And we have to wait and see what happens here. What a phenomenal win there by Simon Yates. And yeah. What an incredible finish there. Wout van Aert, unfortunately, is not going to take the victory, but he is going to take the green jersey. Roglic is going to take the yellow jersey. Are we going to see Joao Almeida take the white jersey? And the scenes are literally a few hundred meters down the road from where I'm sitting here in my hotel room. And Roglic, Wout van Aert, they just mission complete here. Roglic wins the 80th edition. He takes revenge from what happened last year. And yeah, what more can happen really? Yeah, what an amazing victory. Number 1, Sanka Andersen. Number 2, Wout van Aert. Number 3, Roglic. Number 4, McNulty. Sanka Andersen, 5th. So I lied. There is a Dane in there. Okay, Stefan Kung, 6th place. Aurelien Pandin-Plantre, the highest placed French rider, in 7th. Adam Yates, 8th. Wout Poels in 9th. Ion Izagirre, the highest placed Cofidis rider, in 10th. So incredible there. And but yeah, what an incredible, phenomenal finish there from Paris-Nice. They would have dreamt to have had that very intense finish there. Could Simon Yates win it? The GC, first of all, and then could he win? Could he win the stage? So that is very interesting. Very interesting dynamic. Of course, we will get the conclusion of the stage. Simon Yates, what a phenomenal attack he had there on the final part of the Col d'Ez. It looked like he was going to take the day. Don't worry, we will get confirmation of everything. I won't disappear before we know the 80th edition of the GC, but what a phenomenal edition of the race. And what will that have done to the GC? We have had a lot of non-finishers today as well, so it looks like we're going to have less than 80 people finish the 80th edition. But Simon Yates takes the victory. What a formidable finish to the stage. And yeah, what more can you say, really? Just chapeau, really. Chapeau from the race. And yeah, what can you say? You can't really say much other than Roglic deserved to get that victory after last year's dominance, and he does so. Odysseus, great to have you here as well. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are on 606 subscribers now. Simon Yates looked back in just amazement and took the victory. Just beat his shoulders, or beat his chest. And yeah, well, I actually saw Simon Yates this morning because my own girlfriend unfortunately has a crush on him. So maybe she was the one who gave him the good luck here, taking the victory. But Wout van Aert in front of Primoz Roglic. We're still awaiting the confirmation. Of course, we got a confirmation of the top 2. Well, no, we got a confirmation of the top 5 here. We will just wait a bit until to get the top 10. The classement coming now. So, here we go. Primoz Roglic. Oh no, I'll get it up first before we go through it. Still 130 people. Thanks for hanging around. We're just going to get you the... I'm just going to get you the top 10 before I disappear. And we all disappear. And make sure to look out for the videos coming up this week. It's going to be... or next week even. There's going to be some features around this area. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And looks like Jasper Stuyven coming in here. Stefan Kruijswijk dropped further down. But yeah, let's get the top 10 GC up on our screen so we can just dissect the 2018. No, we've gone back a few years there. 2022 edition, the 80th edition of the race. And what an edition it was. Paris-Nice, what an exceptional place in France. And I do implore you to come down here if you haven't been, because this is my first time and I'm absolutely in love with the place. But here we go. Primoz Roglic wins the edition, 29 seconds ahead of Simon Yates, so he did lose a bit of time. Of course, it was 47 seconds, remember. And Dani Martinez manages to take that podium position despite having that puncture on the Col d'Ez. Adam Yates makes it a 50% top 4 for the Yates brothers. And Nairo Quintana, unfortunately, didn't manage to climb up. 3 minutes 43 seconds down on Primoz Roglic for KX Simon 6. So he becomes the highest placed pro-continental rider. Jack Haig has had somewhat of a quiet Paris-Nice, but he manages to solidify his 6th place overall, so good for him. And Ion Izagirre, not replicating his podium finish last year, but I think a 7th place will be a welcome finish for Cofidis, and just to let you know, Cofidis manages to get a 9th as well. So 2 top 10 riders, 2 top 10 finishes in the top 10 for Cofidis. I think that's going to be a very, very welcome result for them. Friend of the channel, Joao Almeida, of course, finishes in 8th place and takes the white jersey. So what a result from him. And don't worry, I'll just share the interview as well if you haven't seen that already. We have got an exclusive interview with one Joao Almeida on the channel. Such a nice guy, and that also is one of the reasons why I'm a super Joao fan now. Wait, how far back was this? So Joao Almeida gets that white jersey despite the best efforts of his teammate Brendan McNulty not to work for his team leader. So a good result there. But yeah, Joao Almeida welcomes that. I think it's going to be a welcome result for Joao Almeida and for UAE Team Emirates. They probably weren't expecting too much after the first few stages were a bit of a calamity. Great to have so many of you join as well. Donato from Brazil, thanks for joining. Peter B, great to join as well. Thanks every single one of you for joining. You've smashed the like record here on the channel, over 130 likes, so I can only thank you for that. And we had over 200 people here as well on the chat. So yeah, if you've subscribed, if you've taken part in the enormous poll that we have, 214. Okay, the poll was wrong. 19% of you voted for Simon Yates. So yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, what an amazing week it's been, and you think it's so great to see all of you who have backed up this little channel as well. And I hope you've enjoyed my senseless sometimes commentary. I do enjoy it. I can't watch a bike race anymore now without having our little community, be it on the main channel or the extra channel. I think it's so much more fun that we can interact and not just have this blind noise from a commentator and not being able to talk to them. So yeah, I don't know how many people, how many we've got here. And yeah, Eric Brown, you called me out first time for saying Joao Almeida wrong. Remember that? Yeah, we have to throw ourselves back to the Giro last year where I was saying, what was I saying? Joao. No, I wasn't saying Joao. I was saying, what was I saying? I can't remember. I should watch back the streams. But yeah, absolutely. Eric, you're the one who called that out first time. And who would have thought that we would eventually get Joao Almeida on our community? That is something special as well. Going strength to strength, the Cycling Dane and the Cycling Extra. And it's, of course, all you beautiful people who are here every step of the way. And great to have Javier in the comments as well. Yeah, we enjoy those Nairo Quintana jokes on behalf of the lady sitting on my left here, one Colombian. But yeah, thanks every single one of you for joining. It's been a pleasure, and of course we will all be I'll be joining you. We will all be back again next week for Milan San Remo. So look out for the preview on Tuesday, and look out for some of the crazy videos that I'll be doing tomorrow. So they will be out later in the week. So thanks every single one of you for joining. Amazing channel, amazing stream today. And yeah, that's basically it for the 80th edition of Paris-Nice. And I will see you around. So thank you again.